So given the angle or right triangle x, y, and z, what is the value of tangent of y? So let me draw this triangle. It was very, very, very similar to our first question of the day, actually. X, y, z. And we have right triangle here. This angle here is 60 as shown by the diagram. This here is a 30. And this here is a 4, right? So we have 4 here. It's asking us, what is the value of tangent y? So what is the value of tangent of y here equals, and I don't know what tangent of y again. What does that equal? That equals opposite over adjacent, right? Again, SOHCAHTOA. Again, I can write out SOHCAHTOA here. I always write out this mnemonic when I solve trigonometric problems that have a right triangle here. I have, this is opposite over adjacent, right? So opposite over adjacent. Angle y here is angle 30, right? So angle 30 equals opposite over adjacent. And in this case, I don't have my opposite, right? Again, you can say that this here is A and this here is B, right? Which means that tangent of y or tangent of 30 degrees, you can say equals O over A, right? And O over A is simply just opposite, which is A over B, right? So if I don't have these two, how do I solve for this problem? Like, what would I do, right? So what I can simply do is I can take another trigonometric ratio and solve, and using the hypotenuse to solve for this first. So I can pick anything. I can pick sine or cosine in this case. In this case, I'll pick sine, right? So I can say sine of y equals the opposite, which is A here, over our hypotenuse, right, which is 4, right? Opposite over hypotenuse, which is 4, A over 4. Sine of y here is, I know, sine 30 degrees equals A over 4. And I can plug in sine 30 into my calculator. If I do sine 30 in my calculator, I would get half. So sine 30 equals half, or half equals A over 4. I can multiply both sides by 4 to solve for A. So half times 4 equals A, in this case A here equals 2, right? So I know now that A here equals 2. And simply now because I have, instead of 2 unknowns, now I have 1 unknown, I can solve for my problem here, right? So knowing that A here equals 2, I can rewrite this as tangent 30 degrees equals A, which is 2 over B, right? B is my unknown here. So now what I can do is I can simply I can multiply both sides by B. So I would have B times the tangent of 30 equals 2. And then what I can do is I can simply just do, or I can simplify tangent 30 first if I wanted to. Tangent 30 here equals root 3 over 3, right? So B times root 3 over 3 equals 2. And then I can simply divide both sides by root 3 over 3 to solve for B here. And if I did that, I would get 2 divided by root 3 over 3, which is simply, let me plug this in. 2 divided by root 3 over 3 is simply just 2 root 3, right? 2 root 3 would be whatever my B value is. Or if I were to change it to a to decimal, I would have gotten something. It would be approximately Oh wait, am I solving? Am I solving for sides? Oh, I am solving. I'm not solving for sides. It's asking what the tangent y value is, which is simply just O over B, which is simply just tangent 30. Tangent 30 is just root 3 over 3. Oh, interesting. Okay, actually, I don't think that's what they want me to solve for, because I solved for both sides here, which is 2 over 3, and I used tangent 30 equals root 3 over 3 here. So let me just backtrack here, because I think I've already solved for this solution, but I think they want me to solve for B using another trigonometric ratio. So let me just erase this first. I've already gotten the correct answer, which is actually root 3 over 3, but let me just backtrack here and say that I think they want me to find out what tangent of 30 equals to in terms of proportion. So tangent 30 equals, this here is a, which is 2 over b. And I can solve for b using another trigonometric ratio. I can solve it using cosine here. So if I did cosine of y equals, remember the cos of y here is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So it's going to be b over 4 here. B over 4. And again, I can multiply both sides by, or I can figure out what cos of y is. Cos of y here is cos 30 degrees, which is b over 4. Cos 30 degrees, I believe it is root 3 over 2. So I have root 3 over 2 equals b over 4. I can multiply both sides by 4 to get 4 times root 3 over 2 equals b here. And this cancels out this here too, so it means b equals 2 over root 3. So now what I can do is I've found the trigonometric ratio that equals tangent of y, right? Because if I have b here, I can solve for, I know that b here equals 2 over 2 times root 3 here. So tangent 30 would equal this. And you would realize that this just simply equals root 3 over 3. Simply just by saying, just dividing these two out, because 2 and 2 cancel out, I get 1 over root 3, and if I rationalize this, I would get root 3 over 3 to put the radical at the top. So let's look at this. In the right triangle, we know it's equals 30 degrees. Tangent y equals 30 degrees, so it's simply just 1 over root 3. So this here is a correct solution. I approached it using a different way in terms of if we didn't know what the side lengths are, but you can just simply shove it into your calculator and still get tangent 30, right? That works as well, and you would get root 3 over 3. I just didn't know what the question was asking. I thought the question was asking what the side lengths are in order for me to solve for my trigonometric ratio, so I actually did more work in the solution than needed. But therefore, this tangent 30 equals root 3 over 3. That's my answer here. So this here is my correct solution. So root 3 over 3 here is correct. So this here is great. Solution and analysis. Sweet.